Pon your body, pon your body, pon your body, pon your body.
What's up, dude?
Yeah.
What's going on?
There's just always a camera on me from now on.
Always, man. It's our personal reality show every day.
Future.
Yeah.
Do you consider him a top 5?
Ooh. Are we talking about a current top 5?
A current top 5.
Current top 5, yeah, that nigga's ill. Yeah.
Okay, maybe I phrased that wrong. Yeah, you know what? No, because I mean, I always ask the question of top 5. Everyone is always gonna say it's either Tupac, Biggie, and they always have those.
Okay, but hold on. Let's take that off the table, because anybody who's watching this fucking rap discussion, we all know clearly who were the talented lyricists of our times. You know, when you talk about like a Biggie, you talk about a Pac, you talk about a Jay, you talk about Eminem, you talk about a Big L. Like, these are people who have surpassed everything we expected from them. Even Nas. Shout out to Nas. Sorry I left you off the list. But these are people that have surpassed what we've already come to expect from them, and have given us time after time great lyricism, great music, stuff you could either bop to or stuff you could consciously listen to. Yeah. So take them out of the discussion, because you're always going to put them in a top 5.
Yeah.
Now, if we're just talking about currently, like who's hot, who's making the best moves, yada yada yada, yeah, Future, that nigga's on.
So would you put Drake in that?
Look, I don't
discussion.
Look,
See, he's quick to put Future at the top of or in a top 5 list, but when it comes to Drake, he will never give Drake his due.
You know what? Hold on.
I'm so excited we got this on camera.
Hold on.
Boom.
Hey.
All right, so this video is gonna be called Future and Drake. Between the two, we're gonna talk about the discussion of that.
No, you can't put a between the two.
Yeah, as far as like who do you think is ranking between the two? Who do you think is the top? Because realistically, the two top dogs in the top 5 of hip hop right now is Future and Drake.
Look, I'm not gonna say Drake. It shouldn't be in the top 5. Drake is clearly talented. I'm gonna give him that. Drake don't speak to me. Drake ain't making music for me. I ain't about to listen to fucking Drake. You know, maybe I'll check in on a song or two. I know what's hot because everybody fucking plays Drake. This nigga included plays Drake, but I ain't about to listen to him. But am I gonna say the nigga ain't talented? That would be dumb of me to say that. He's clearly talented. He clearly is a top 5 rapper, artist, singer, whatever you want to call it. He ain't in my list.
For sure. So what's your favorite Future album?
Ooh.
Dirty Sprite?
Yeah, Dirty Sprite too, man. That front to back is ill. I mean, look, it's funny because when I was living in my old place, me and Lito were trying to figure out what was the future wave. We were trying to figure out what the fuck was up. I remember
we couldn't understand him.
I'll never forget the memory at Coachella where we woke up and it was my brother, it was Absol, it was Dough Burger. They all standing around a table and they were rapping their ass off to Future lyrics.
I couldn't understand a word they were saying.
I couldn't understand it. That shit was so hilarious, but they knew it front to back, and it was March Madness until I caught the wave late. And, you know, my brother was asking me, he was like, yo, you like 2 Chainz, you know, you like Currency, etc., etc. Like, you know, you like, who else would be another example? Like, shit, what's his name from the Clips? Come on.
Pusha T?
Pusha T, exactly. Like, I like the dope boys that spit that real rap. And he was like, yo, why don't you like Future? And I was like, I just don't understand it. I didn't give Future a chance. Dirty Sprite 2 was that album I gave him a chance. And once I figured out how to listen to Future, just like any other artist, you got to figure out how to listen to the artist. You know, what to listen for. How to put yourself in the mind state. And Future, that nigga's raw. Shit. He be talking that shit.
I gotta say, yeah, like with the whole Future wave, I caught it about maybe like 2 years later. Because even after Coachella, March Madness became a new record for me like last year. I remember blasting that shit over and over as if it was a new record, but that shit had been out. So I think he's got melodies that you're not supposed to understand right away. And then years later, they settle into your brain. And then you're like, oh!
I don't know if it's a not you're supposed to understand, because like, alright, there's some people who can predict the wave, and there's some people who could bring you something new, right? And Future is definitely one of those guys who is kind of pushing the genre. It's like when you listen to a Kanye album. Every new Kanye album is not only an installation from his previous work, but he's also trying to find what pushes the boundary. Sometimes his music come out, like let's take 808 and Heartbreaks for example. It came out and everybody called that shit trash. Years later, it's now an instant classic, and it's looked back as the foundation of what was auto-tuned rap at the time.
Yeah.
So you can't disregard like what Future's coming out with. Do I think his flow is of the future? Maybe a few months, but he's quite present at this point. You know what I mean? He's present with the type of music he makes. What I will say about Future, though, is that, like, again, raw. Like my brother used to say, you can't really spit that shit if you ain't from it. You know, you look at the history of a lot of these Atlanta rappers and where they come from and whatnot, and that shit is real. So when you listen to the shit he be saying, like, for me, I'm black who came from a white neighborhood. I ain't never had to sell crack my entire life. So I ain't about to spit that shit, but when I hear it from Future, like, I'm a storyteller. I understand what it is to tell a story and to make that narrative seem true. And whether or not he's getting fucked up every single day or not, again, some of these artists, you know, some of them like to embellish the fact of what they do. Like The Weeknd will say he'll embellish some of the shit that he does, but it doesn't mean you've never touched it. Because how can you truthfully portray something if you've never been down that road?
No, I agree. I agree. It's just like I Love McConan. You know?
Look, man.
You know, he talked about whipping in the kitchen.
I ain't even gonna hate on that nigga, because that's like me hating on Lil Yachty or Lil Uzi Vert. You know what I mean?
I know. Shit, we did the Tuesday remix. Shit, shout out to I Love McConan. That record's crazy, regardless of anything. But yeah, no, I understand. I guess initially when Future first came out, I thought he was gonna be singing a lot more. Because when he first came out, he was known on that Kelly Rowland record that was a huge smash.
And wrote for a lot of singers.
Yeah, and he was singing initially, and then he started rapping. And then a lot of people said that, oh, that's a bad thing because he's singing too much and he's not rapping enough, and people are going to think that he's not a rapper. Then all he's been doing, I feel, is just all he does is raps, you know. And yes, he has melodic tones to his stuff, just like Mask On, Mask Off, or March Madness, and you know, all that other stuff. But to be honest with you, he's not singing anymore. So I think that's the reason why I kind of fell off.
Nah, the new Hendrix album is full on him singing.
Okay, I've heard like
the new Hendrix.
I've heard 3 songs. My favorite was Mask Off. Of course, I was driving.
But that's the Future album. Future is like trap nigga rap Future. Hendrix is R&B Future. And see, like, here's the thing with Future. First of all, like, when you listen to Dirty Sprite 2, he has a lot of singing records or melody records. Like, the nigga can craft a melody the same way, like, Kid Cudi, for instance, or Travis Scott can craft a melody. You're not necessarily listening to the content. Sometimes they will say some real shit, but how they ride the beat is a lot of talent as well. Like, trying to rap like Future or any of these trap rappers, I'll give Young Thug a lot of fucking credit. Young Thug can come up with a dope melody.
I
you know what I mean?
So
people like this, like in Dirty Sprite 2, one of the things I had to do when I started listening to Future was like, yo, he's a R&B nigga spinning bars. You know what I mean? Like, R&B has transcended from the baby making Let Me Love You and some white linens, all of a sudden allow trap niggas who are whipping and they still singing that soft shit. You feel me? Much. So, you know, Future's one of the hardest out there where you could still go hard and fuck your bitch with some diamonds.
He's got a love song out right now. I think he's got a love song out right now, yeah.
He does got a love song. Listen to Hendrix. Hendrix is popping full of love songs. Hendrix, if Future, that's the crazy thing, his 2 alter egos, like, Future is the rapper. Future Hendrix, aka Hendrix, is the singer. Hendrix is the one talking about love. Hendrix is the one that's talking about the lavish lifestyle, and he always does. Future is the nigga who's trapping. Future is the nigga making moves.
Weirdly, so he's got 2 alter egos.
He got 2 alter egos, and that's how you kind of got to listen to him. So now he dropped the double projects, and it's almost like he could have put them together, but he wants to be at the top of the charts every single fucking week, which is smart. The nigga's getting to the checks. He's got it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna check this album out for the simple fact that Mask Off is my favorite record right now. The 2 other records, they were dope, but of course I was driving. I didn't really have a lot of time to listen to it. But I'm gonna check it out. Definitely. So, but you gotta listen to some Drake records. You just gotta give him a chance.
Nah, he's corny.
I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna play you a Drake record one time and.
Man, fuck all that noise. Listen, I used to listen to Drake. Alright, there was a time where I liked Drake, and then he just became corny. The nigga's corny to me. I don't buy what you're selling. I'm sorry, Drake. And obviously, like, you're doing it. People love you, so keep getting at it. Like, trust me, I ain't gonna be the one that's gonna stop your cash flow. If anything, if I ever see you out in person, dap up, cool, homie, you know, solid, congratulations. Probably still ain't gonna listen to your shit, but you dope, you know? Like, it's all love, man. Like, I ain't hating on you. Get to it. You're not speaking to me. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I saw both of them. The Drake and I saw Drake and Future at the Drake and Future show here. I think they played at the Staples Center.
The What a Time to Be Alive.
What a Time to Be Alive. I gotta say, I did not expect to be so hyped when Future came out. I must say. Even though I know in the beginning of this video, I'm like, I don't know. I didn't realize I knew that many Future songs.
First I got married to money. Then I fell in love with
Bro, he came out. It was just
Cinder.
him. No background, no nothing. He was pretty much on Drake's stage. That's what it was. And then he comes up and he just jumped the whole show. But everybody was jumping with him. Remember when we were watching? I think he performed for the VMAs.
For Revolt. It was
for Revolt TV, and then he was just jumping up and down. That's But bro, everybody was in the crowd with him, like, that
nigga trying to wrestle. Hit
it. Yeah, bro, I was there with him.
Yeah.
I had my manager there, my acting manager there, white guy that didn't even know. He was just jumping up and down for no reason. He had everybody in that stadium ready for him and waiting.
Facts.
So it was a pretty dope show. Point blank and simple, it was a Drake and Future show. Two of the top dogs in their own tour. So to see Future, you have to see Drake. So eventually, you saw him in Coachella.
I've seen Drake. Look, if my bitch want to go watch Drake, you know, no disrespect to my bitch, she wonderful. But if my chick want to go see Drake, cool, we go see Drake.
Pon your body, pon your body, pon your body, pon your body.